Alright, good morning. As I spoke about yesterday, I kind of didn't get a lot of work done, so I woke up on around 5 hours of sleep, and I have just been getting work done. I did a lot of the, I guess, more housekeeping stuff up until now, but now I'm diving into client work for the week. Robbed the bank video doing okay. It's at 400 views. Again, biggest thing I'm worried about is just the click-through rate right now, so we'll see what we can do. But it seems like the retention is super solid on it. Now the next thing is going to be going through on getting the vlog from yesterday live that I recorded for like 2 minutes, which I don't know, it's bad, but whatever, I'll get it done. And then yeah, I got client meetings all of today, which is kind of interesting because I've also got a lot of client work to do. And then yeah, just my goals for this month, as I have written on my whiteboard right there, are pretty they're pretty conducive to me just sitting in my room alone. So it's always weird starting the month on a Monday where I have to do client work, and then especially because I didn't get to do my Sundays Monday thing yesterday, be behind on a lot of that client work and have to get it done right now. So I'll just, yeah, get to it. Okay, so I'm about to get on my last call until 7 p.m. because I have my client in Australia in 9 minutes here, but I want to show you what I've done for the day. So I've done 2 thumbnails for clients. One's actually a potential client. I don't know if they're fully on board yet. I will cover their face as a result of that. But you can see here, it's like an Instagram messaging thumbnail. Pretty cool there. So I like that thumbnail. The other one though, which you might have seen a little sneak peek of, I spent an hour and a half figuring out how to do this effect, which that's okay, because now I know how to do it and I think it's pretty cool. This is for John. We did the brain and head thumbnail. So very interesting. And then this is kind of just like the demo. Then I got it over and like added the rest of it. So yeah, we're gonna get this video live and it's gonna be titled, "It's impossible not to hit 100K a month with this mindset." So it's gonna be a super cool video. Excited to see how it does. And I'm about to jump on a meeting with him and the rest of his team, Kareem and Renee. And then from that point forward, I will be spending the day getting a vlog out for that client who I have a meeting with later. And then a few other little minor client things. And then I wanna start doing this script writing on the Tate video, because I'll explain the whole plan after the meetings, but this week is super important to get the rest of the month going. All right guys, I have an hour and 30 minutes for my next client meeting. I was just sitting here editing, then I check my messages and this is what I see. It's Rob's only story up right now. He posted the video. Woke up to a friend sending me a video, deep dives my life, didn't pay for it nor have I met him, but it was crazy. So he enjoyed it. Had a few members of the team reach out. Very cool. Getting it's only been 42 minutes, but getting lots of traction. That alone makes this video worth it to me. So I am very happy about that. And Rob or anyone in the team sees this, much appreciate you guys reaching out. That is the last 2. I've got the guys reaching out to me, TJR and Rob. So huge shout out to those boys. We'll see if Tate, who's the next one, will reach out. I don't know if it will be positive, if anything, but regardless, I'm very happy. I've got to get this video done though for my client before this meeting. It's in a Celsius. I got this. I drank a coffee. I'm tired today, and the thing is I'm waiting for the proxy files to create for this video, because for whatever reason it's this massive file. So yeah, I kind of have to wait for that and do some like crunch time editing to get ready for this meeting. But regardless, I'm very happy. And it's going to be super solid as I get this whole thing live, but very happy this got the recognition from the creators, even before 1,000 views, which is crazy. But now I want to see what it does now that we've got the post from the man himself, Sampa Affiliation. Maybe if he commented on YouTube, I'm not sure if he did, but that'd be a sweet ad as well. We're going to see. But yeah, really good. Also having some very pretty solidly sized people in the space follow me, so that's always cool to see. But happy, and as I said, little win, finished client meetings, but now it's time to get back to work. Okay, I'm done client meetings. Client video is about to be done. I have to just do like 10-15 more minutes of work. he's good. Collected little, just like client, small retainer today as well, so that's always cool. Got our first little revenue of the month. But yeah, that is all. I'm so happy that this video like hasn't fully flopped, if you couldn't tell. So yeah, I'm going to. There's a new Iman Gadzhi business video on his launch, and maybe future me will have a more nostalgic feel watching these. But he's been my favorite creator since I started, and still is. His business channel is my favorite on all of YouTube. The only one that might beat it is Unscripted channel. So I will always prioritize watching my Iman. So I'm gonna do that. I need to go for a run because it's gonna get. I just don't like running at night as much in Florida, so got to go for my run soon. It's around 8. It's already dark, and yeah, gonna keep ripping. Okay, so I just had a conversation with a potential client, and it's pretty crazy. Sometimes I forget that people in the info space are very quick to it, and it's not uncommon that I'll have, it's either like I'll be talking to somebody and it will take a week to respond, or within like 5 minutes it's figured out. Which with this guy, yeah, in 5 minutes we got a call scheduled in, so very cool there. It's actually very, now I believe in discretion and confidentiality as much as you can doing a daily vlog, but it's a funny story because my first ever client that I had, Zach, who I talk about all the time, but like really changed my life. He spoke about this guy very highly to me, so it's cool that he actually saw my videos and reached out. So yeah, just a lot of cool full circle moments that of course come as a result of cool stuff. I think I said it. I don't even know if I grabbed my camera, but Rob the Bank reposted the video. My brain's been kind of everywhere today. So that's been super cool. He posted the video in his story, got a whole bunch of attention, whatever. Just like, again, I had the run. I got it out of my system, and now it's back to like, all right, you gotta do shit. I gotta script the Andrew Tate video. I got a bunch of client work to do, and outreach is very difficult to maintain as I'm doing this, and especially when videos are working so well, it's kind of difficult sometimes. So I'm trying my best to do it. Today, like for example, I've just been sitting here all day. My Brain FM. Now, I did go for a run for a few hours, but this is just like, minus my run, I've been sitting here all day, just doing my little thing, clicking my buttons. And I switched my monitor back to horizontal instead of vertical. I'm trying it. I just hate the neck looking up on the vertical monitor. It feels like such a drag. So I'm just gonna ruin this part of my neck for a little bit more instead of the up one. But yeah, that's cool. In the Discord server, I'm so happy because when I launched the TJR video, I don't think the Discord was at the same level. But now, for example, we had 3 guys join today. So welcome to you guys. Pizzo is gonna get a live first 100 subscriber club. We're at like 80 subs. If you watch these videos, you're odd like that, and you're not on the Discord, bro, join. You can just literally just talk to me. You don't have to like watch these videos. Funny as it sounds. So that is that's all there. Now let me think. I need to write down, I need to prep for this call, and I need to rewrite this script for the dude, because I just saw some errors. So I'm gonna do that, and then I have a vlog that's kind of like weighing heavy on me that I need to get done. I have another client video, and then I want to get the Tate video recorded by Tuesday. No, Tuesday's crazy, that's today. Technically now, it's 1 a.m. I need to get the Tate video recorded by Thursday or Friday, biz and main channel video, because until then I'm just leaving my editor empty-handed. And not even the fact that, of course, I pay him on a monthly basis and it's like he's not working right now, but that is definitely a factor. The big factor though is like, the burden is he has to work on the video starting now in order to get it out for the end of the month. So it's important that I get that to him, because in the meantime, it's like all of our clients that we have on board right now are very business style. So in a lot of cases, like, especially since I'm getting videos on late notice, sometimes it's just easier for me to edit it than to give it to him. And sometimes there's like niche terminology and all that stuff, so it's just like a pain. But yeah, that is all kind of the update. Boys, life gets crazy sometimes, and this happened with the TJR video, but it just feels like every time it happens, you get a little bit more used to it, which is okay, but it's also just like you're given every reason to take your foot off the gas, if that makes sense, or kind of just like sit in your own greatness. And I think it's kind of disrespectful when someone like comments or shows appreciation to not respond. Like, I respond to every comment, whether it's a hate comment or it's someone leaving like a nice comment. But at the end of the day too, it's like I got here by sitting alone in this room and talking to this camera, which hopefully is very well documented on this channel by now. And it's the minor things, but it's like this app beeper that I have is going off all day because it's linked to my Instagram and my WhatsApp, and there's messages flying in. I just need it closed. I need like my Slack closed. I don't need people messaging me on my Slack. I need to get deep work done, and that is the thing. I've got like meetings landing on the calendars at different times, and like, as much as all of this is great and it's a part of growing, I know that I'm the kind of person that I need to do things in my way, right? And with the power of building this brand and leverage also is having to come the discretion to know how to use the power of it. Because there are people that, for example, when they'll message me, and before I start working with a client, I will go through and see if they have bad reviews with the Better Business Bureau. Do they have hate Reddit threads? Like, I will try my very best to make sure I work with people who are good at what they do and all these things, because I value my own brand, but I also value just like my own mental, and I believe in continuously like committing to the good of things. So it's just I guess you guys are seeing me learn how to navigate this live, and it's crazy, not because any of the individuals or anything are bad people, but it's just a very fast world, and you get these like very weird paradigms and models of reality based on the bubble, specifically of like the info space, where I existed in it for so long, but you're constantly just like seeing bullshit, quite frankly. And I know for me, the only conclusion that I came to is just like, please, if you are in the online business world, info, if you sell something like life insurance or something, or you are in a kind of business where you don't need your Instagram, just get it off your phone. I'm telling you, these apps are an actual cancer. It is, when the studies come out, and they will, on the long-term ramifications of short-form content specifically, I think it will be worse than any drug that we see. Destroys your attention span, it saps your dopamine, it ruins your posture, it distorts your perception of reality, it stops you from, like, the attention span one's so big, you can't even enjoy normal things after. Like, and you've probably done this, but if you sit down and you watch reels in the morning, your whole day's fucked. So yeah, just find every reason to not go on Instagram. And honestly, here's the thing where I'm kind of hung up. I hate short form content personally. I think it can be funny for sure, but it just, I hate it. And I don't think I could ever be that's not true, because it has such great utility for brand if you have a message, so I can't just fully knock it. I just don't know if I'm going to ever be able to do it. At least for now, and maybe future me changes his mind and finds like a justification, but me right now, I'm trying to keep this authentic. That's why I do daily vlogs, because I hate short form that much. I just want it all to be on a media platform where, not that my content is enhancing your brain, but it's surely not destroying it. At least I hope. So, yeah, that's just like a rant for the day. If you couldn't tell, stuff like this really, sorry, battery change. Okay, I'm gonna give you a key example. I go to change my battery, and as I put the battery in, I get a text message. Just from like a client, and also like someone I consider just like a friend connect. And like my brain instantly just wires to go respond to it. And I don't know, I've heard people joke and say that I've got some kind of condition or whatever, because I do weird stuff a lot, but I hate that. Like that makes me mad at myself that I do that, and I don't know. There's so much there's just so much to learn, because the way that I move right now, and I mean, okay, I'll pick a better word. The way that I operate right now, I do not have a surplus and crazy amount of people vying for my attention, right? It's not a world where I'm used to having to say no to people. Now, I will politely decline lots of things, but it's very odd that and this video is not even like cooking yet, it's just hitting like a very niche audience in a space of a lot of people that know this guy. So I'm saying that because I've met people that are not like that, and they do have active people like vying for their attention. And the thing with me is I never want to be an asshole. So I know the way to do it properly that I have to figure out still is just to make systems, and less systems, more rules, i.e. just don't have Instagram on my phone, don't have it connected to my beeper. Then I have to do outreach, right? So it's like there's this weird part of me where I'm in a somewhat of a metamorphosis between two sections of my career, and it kind of just like inevitably positions me to fuck up in certain places, because I don't have enough leverage in my business to just deny ever going on Instagram again. Yet when I go on Instagram, I'm gonna get distracted because I have enough discipline to stop watching content. I don't have enough discipline to just not respond to people who reach out to me, right? And I've heard from guys who I don't personally know, but I've studied, as you probably know, Iman a lot. And in his life, he always talks about like he just doesn't respond to people for a very long time, or it's instant. Kind of like I was saying earlier. So I have to kind of develop a system for that, because at the end of the day, I'm in a business that I very intentionally chose because I get to spend time alone. I talk to my clients today on Monday, and sometimes meetings spill over. Like I have a meeting tomorrow and a meeting on Wednesday, and now a meeting on Friday. So I technically don't have a meetingless day, which I don't like. But by and large, I like to sit at my desk all day, and the only person I want to talk to is my editor. Because even, and I say this to my clients, but even with all due respect to them, and actually with all due respect to them, I'm not getting work done if I'm talking to you, right? Now I understand the importance of communication. I try and pride myself in doing a good job, but when it comes to like the way that my life's designed, that's an important thing to recognize. So you can probably tell this is just flow of consciousness, but I really just need to figure it out. Like I know meditation, I have to in the morning, because it lets my brain process, and it builds the ability to recognize something and kind of dissociate from your initial conscious reaction to it to then make a different decision. That's the way that I would describe meditation as important. So where I'm at now is, let's talk plans. Get myself together. We've got client videos that need to be locked in. That's always going to be the priority because, right, like without doing good client videos, what's the business? And doing so many client videos is what even got me here in the first place. The only reason I'm able to make good videos on my main channel is because for almost a year I posted pretty much for free for people. Yes! I'm just going through client accounts. I'm so happy this video is not like, this thumbnail was out there with the brain, and the title is not personal authority based. It's more of a quirky title. It's impossible not to hit 100K months with this mindset. So I'm glad to see that it's, now we're not at statistically significant impressions yet, but it's not bad. I might send that message to a client or to John and the team over there. But yeah, I have to make sure the fort's held down there, which again, like I said, boys, I'm doing all the editing for my clients, outside of John, because like he has an editor already that we work with on the in-house team. But I have editing to do for other clients, and it's kind of overwhelming just because editing is a very time-consuming task, and when you have other things biting at your attention, it's almost impossible to edit. Editors need to be locked in rooms with no light and no devices, no social media, maybe a Spotify account. I use YouTube Music, if you probably couldn't guess. So it's been tough to really be on my A game in terms of editing for clients. Like this timeline I've got cooking has been, and I can undock it so you guys cannot see the identity of this client just because I haven't talked to them about sharing his stuff yet. And I can minimize this so you can just see his first name. So this is like a timeline that I'm working on, and it is near completion, but it's taken me a lot longer than I'd wanted it to, just because of all of this stuff happening. And I also have 3 scripts to write, 1 script to tweak, and then another vlog. So I'm kind of just being a bitch that I don't have it done. And I'm also very sleep deprived right now, yet I'm still awake because I had a lot of caffeine today. So here's what we're gonna do. Do we have more work to do? I have to call a restaurant for a reservation to get that moved. Okay. Which is something I'm not used to doing, by the way. That's like a very one-time thing. Not one-time thing, but a very special occasion for me. So I have that, and then I gotta get this Tate video cooking, which, let me just, you think I've been doing verbal diarrhea. If anybody's watching at this point, you are a psychopath. Psychopaths only, going forward. If you're not a psychopath, leave the video. You probably are if you hear me say this. So, Tate video. What do we got planned for this shit? I wrote the hook. So, let me perform the hook for everybody. I'm not gonna do I just thought about it. I'll read it. So, Tate, $1 billion empire. Date is the day Andrew Tate, Tristan are jailed and immortalized, and it's going to show like footage of them being chanted in the streets. This is his 1 billion empire. It's going to like zoom out on the crime board, going from a humble kickboxer, so him at like a static shot pop, to the most Googled man on earth. And then it's going to show the Google trends with like a flash montage of just him going crazy in the background. And then it's going to cut to me, and a sinister music's going to start. I'm going to say, but is he really who he says he is? And it's going to fade to black. And the whole angle that I'm taking with the video is, of course, talking about his business and everything, but talking about some stuff that I'm just acknowledged in Tate's story that I haven't heard anybody else talk about. And it's going to be a little bit more conspiracy based. Not conspiracy in the sense that I'm going to make baseless claims. I try and leave my videos unopinionated. That being said, I'm going to point out facts that paint an opinion that I don't think has been covered well. So, example, Tate's dad was CIA, and there's been no real conversation about that. There's also been no conversation about how he's went on all these game shows and just like talking about that, sharing that story. Because it's honest, like regardless, and I'm assuming he's of good merit going into this, but regardless, it's an interesting and odd thing. Like, normally, the people that go on game shows and everything, it's just not the character. Like, it's just weird. Kickboxing, he had a cool career there that I think is worth covering. Rise to wealth, that's going to be a section where you talk about the cam girl business he ran, the casinos, all of like early days Tate, and like his dating courses and all the people emailing him, early days Tate Confidential. And then we're going to do the kind of like the blow up, and then that's going to be 2022 most Googled man, and then we're going to finalize it with where he is now, where he's kind of trying to angle towards politics and give the question of like, my goal with the video is to just say this guy's a marketing genius, and don't place all your trust in life in people that like in false idols, is the kind of message that I want to communicate. Just because I think so many people like want to see certain things out of guys like this, and the truth of it is that he's doing it to the extent that it benefits him and how he sees himself benefited. And regardless of whether he's aligned to that to the benefit of others, can sometimes be up for debate, right? Like, I would say objectively taking a gambling deal is a net negative for society outside of him and maybe the nth of somebody that wins as a result of it. So just, that's kind of the point I want to communicate with it. And because of that more sinister tone, I think the packaging is going to have a lot more alignment. And it's also a bigger idea to where I start to get positioned out into talking about some far larger people that I want to talk about. I might stay in the info space and do Ty Lopez. I might broaden and do a guy like Clavicular. I don't know. That's stuff that I have to figure out still. Because you can always go, like you can always stay niche. So, it goes both ways. Here's the thing. I'd rather be a massive creator on my main channel because I can just always leave the business channel to talk about strategy. So I'm not prioritizing people I can do the craziest brand breakdowns on in the info space. That's for the business channel. What I'm prioritizing is the amount of demonstrated expertise I can show, both in my ability to create videos, do research, but then also like articulate this person's story and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of a yap session on the main channel video, but I've gotta get that scripted. I'm gonna be scripting in the visuals for the first time, so that needs to be like an entire day of just leave me the fuck alone, and I'm gonna spend like 10 to 12 hours just writing the script, adding the visuals for the script, and then that way my editor doesn't need me on the timeline like micromanaging him, just because all the assets are externalized to a doc, which I think is going to make our process a lot smoother, in addition to me needing like, hey, I can't let this video go over 20 minutes. That's like the hard cutoff. So I should be able to get the entire video done in maximum 2 camera bips, because my cameras go for 30 concurrent minutes. So yeah, that is the agenda. And to be honest with you, I just can't send outreach with the amount of crap I got going on, at least until this video is recorded. And I know it's dumb, but I know the pain of not sending outreach. I keep using this as code. The pain of not sending outreach is exponentially less than the pain of me missing the upload for this month. So yeah, I am going to get some work done. I don't know how much realistic editing I can get while still being productive done, but then I also need to get to bed, and I'm already sleep deprived, so I need my creatine. And you got a little Alex Schizo rant for your Monday nights. And fuck me, this is just like, I feel brain rotted, and also just like, sorry, last thing, my systems at the agency fucking suck. They suck. I need to get monthly batching. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I can't until I think. So anyways, I'm turning this camera off. I'm done talking. I'm like ready to fall asleep on my thing. And I'm definitely not gonna be able to wake up early tomorrow, which kind of sucks. It's just a dud, bro. Fuck. Why'd I stay up? Right. Can't beat myself up over it. We gotta figure out a solution. I'll keep you guys updated.